It's 7 o'clock. Let's flip in the building. Hey, Money Elms, you ready? Let's go. Welcome to Elms Street, the hottest podcast. And all that cash in Money Elms pockets, it look like thigh pads. He talking trending topics, he ain't no carbon copy. We talking sports, music, and fashion and other options to get us out the hood and keep that paper coming. And I smoke homes, not backwoods, I'm about to blaze an onion. These rappers flexing on the gram and they got fake cheddar. This intro was provided to you by Flip Mayweather. That right. Yeety, yeety. Money Elms, what's up? Yeah. Lil' Flip in the building. Screwed up clip. Welcome to Elm Street.
Yo, what's up? What is happening, man? Welcome to a special edition of Welcome to Elm Street. It's the Hustle Town Network.
That's right. It's the takeover, man. Y'all hear the
Hell
club?
yeah.
You know what time it is, man. H-Town in the building right here. What up to my Dallas folks out here? You know what I'm saying? We on Elm Street today, baby.
Hell yeah. Well, this is good, man. What's good, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm jamming out. I love the intro, by the way, man. Shout out Flip Mayweather. You know
Hey, yeah, I
that's
appreciate
bro
that,
right
man.
there.
Hell yeah, he did his thing on that one, man. That was dope, man. Also got a Young Smoke on the track.
Yeah.
You know, upcoming producer out here in D-Town, man, doing his thing.
I've been listening to his beats. Actually, we used this intro before his beat on our intro for Straight Outta Texas before, when it was a countdown video show. You know, that brand's just been used many times for countdown. Now we're doing a contest series, so it's just been even it was a rap group back in the day. When we'll take them down, everything, man. But
hell yeah,
yeah, bro, that your boy Fire, man, on the beats.
Hell yeah, man. So y'all were here in town doing the show out here, man, with GT Garza, man.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
It was dope, man. Garza was the very first artist we interviewed on Hustle Town Network, so I love working with Garza. He's one of the legendary Latinos that's been doing it for like 20 years in the city and shit. Mm-hmm. He was rapping back when we was doing music, so I mean, just seeing him from the MySpace days through, growing up, man, we grew up with Garza. So Garza's still killing it. So yeah, he was out there with the High Rollers over at the Slay House. Shout out to High Rollers. They're always throwing them dope events. Yeah. They always showing us love. Of course, they always have Hustle Town come out and we do our thing. So it was live, man. Successful show. Again, Slay House, shout out to everybody.
So
Can't wait to come back.
City showed up for y'all.
Oh yeah. They came out. We interviewed all the artists that came out there. A whole bunch of artists. Shout out Miss Gold. She came out of Austin, Texas too. She been making some noise. I saw the Go Getters out there, Go Getter Music. Crispiola, G-Love was in the house right there, also hosting with us. She's one of our new hosts, you know what I'm saying? And she also does music. She's killing the game. Of course, Big Boss Entertainment was out there in the building.
Oh, yeah, shout out Big Balls, man.
All of them, yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was Yazzie, Wavy, Sombrero Music, man. It's all of them, really, man. They come all over from Texas, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I love about the movement. But, yeah, man, she was live.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you're here today, man. Welcome to Elm Street, bro.
Yes,
you
sir.
Know what I mean? So are you a sports fan, bro?
I'm a Houston fan, to be honest. But I'm more of
anything Houston,
because I want to go out and drink, and I'm like, all right, let's go watch. But not because I really keep up with stats or who's on teams and all that, man. To be honest, I'm behind on all that. Like, I'm so focused on the music. Yeah. Even in high school, I really wasn't a sports guy. I was more on the computers and dealing with, DJing stuff and all into that part of it. Okay. So, but I mean, hey, I get tickets to them games all the time. We work them games all the time. We're there in the scene. So yeah, I kind of keep up with what I can. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, we got the Mavs representing D-Town, man. They're in the playoffs. We're actually down the series right now, man. So we'll see how that plans out. They play tonight, so hopefully it's a good one. The Dallas take it home, but we'll see what's up, man.
Yeah. Hey, we still want Texas out there, though. So, hey, you know what it is, man. We riding with you, man. We out here, too. We out here. This is like my second home. I'm in Dallas all the time, man. Like any other booking places, that's usually going to be Dallas 50% of the time. So, of course, it's going to be High Rollers, too. So, you know what I'm saying? One more plug on that.
Well, shit, we roll out the red carpet, man. Welcome to the city, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I know you gonna watch the fight, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
we're on the same page, Canelo or what?
Yeah. You know what? So I originally was gonna go to. I think we're probably gonna be at Ojo Locos or something, you know. And I see y'all got them out here too. That's usually my go-to spot for the fights. But yeah, no, Canelo. I don't even know the other dude, to be honest with you. I'm usually by default go with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we roll.
Of course.
So, and then we've been to some of these fights too, man. These fights are dope. Even working in radio too, got to see these fights in person, being out there. These fights are. Have you been to one of them fights out there, like in Vegas or any one of the big fights?
Nah, I ain't never been to Vegas out there to catch one of them.
It's dope. Man, I love going to the fights. That's one thing. You know, we're about to start doing fights too. You know, we're dabbling with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
you know, with
of
the hip hop. We're now opening doors with doing these fights. Like I said, G Love, the name earlier, she's got a whole fight thing she's done. She's done already 3 of them. We got the 4th one coming up on June 4th. Okay. She's representing Hustletown Digital, which is our music distribution, but she's got the Hustletown trunks, everything already.
No doubt.
You know, and then she's fighting Mexican Connected, who's representing GT Digital, which is also our partner company as well. So we got a, you know, friendly little, let's see whose ass is going to get kicked type of thing going on right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're dabbling into the boxing realm right now as we speak. So Saturday, man, I'm ready to go see what's going down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With this, I'm excited actually with the fights.
So y'all be fucking around with Southpaw on the boxing game too, because you know he be coaching and
and I've been seeing him, bro, and his kids too.
Yeah.
I think they're all into it as well. They're into music too. You know, I've been hearing his name all over because I know he's big out here in Dallas. He's big out there in the Valley. He's been bringing a lot of attention to the network. So I mean, he does some representation for Hustletown also out there. Hustletown Digital, you know, bringing artists on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know what? That's another person that we would need to link up with because I know he's out there. You know, definitely got to put some Hustletown on some trunks over there too. So Sal, come on, you know we got you.
Hey, yeah, them boys, they were also performing last night too, right?
Yeah, they're all killing it too, man. All of them. There's a couple of them some young talent out there that's rocking with them. I know his son Draco. We had Butter Honcho out there. There's a few guys. There was another guy we interviewed out there. It's all on the Hustletown Net Instagram. We're posting as we go right now. I'm trying to catch up. Again, I have a few departments all in my head, a couple of departments in my head. So I'm trying to catch up. But yeah, I'll post that stuff here in a little bit. So be looking out for that.
Yeah, man. So I don't know if you've been also keeping track with what's been going on. So a fellow podcaster, you know, Kevin Samuels, you know, passed away.
Man,
as a matter of fact, R.I.P., man. You know, one of those trailblazers, man. Having the pad for these podcasts, man. Had a large following, over 1 million subscribers. And, you know, homeboy did a show last night. And, you know, like any old day. And right after the show, homeboy had a heart attack. You know,
damn.
Boom.
And that was like unexpected. Did that just happen? What, early this morning?
Yeah, this morning. Yeah. Man. You know, one of my partners hit me up. You know, he was a big fan of his, and he texted me. He's like, "Hey, did you hear? He passed away." And I was like, "Who?" He's like, "Kevin Samuel." And I was like, "Damn, that's crazy."
Man,
unexpected. Hey, we're living in that time where it's like one day you're here, tomorrow you're gone.
Yeah, it's one of them golden content creators too, because you know, I think we were talking about this earlier. He dug into some of this stuff, like as far as the stuff he would say, it would hit some real shit.
Yeah, some real shit, controversial, but hey, it was real at the end of the day. Yeah. You know, so you know, homeboy did his thing. You know what I mean? And you know, it's sad to see him go, man. You know, rest in peace, man. So you know, that was a little sad news to hear today. So. You know, that's what's up, man. So
we're gonna pour one up for that boy, man.
Yeah. Drink it up one time. But so we also got did you hear what happened with what's up, Dave Chappelle? Did you see that crazy shit, bro?
Yeah. We'll be working with him here recently. I just saw something on my email that we got something with the station where Dave Chappelle's gonna be involved. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. But yeah, I saw it. I didn't see it live, but I saw it within like 5 minutes. It was already on my phone, on my timeline. I just scrolled, refreshed. That's all I was seeing. I was like, oh, shit. And it just happened. Man, I'm going to tell you like this. Wait, you said Chappelle? I'm tripping. I'm thinking the other one got slapped the other day.
Ooh. Oh, you talking about Chris
Rock? No, Chappelle got attacked also. Yeah. Okay. So, but they both had some shit going on.
Hell yeah.
We're going to be working with both of them, by the way. So, Chris Rock and Chappelle.
Okay.
So, old boy that ran up on Chappelle
Yeah.
I saw that also. What happened? Okay, what I don't get, what happened with his arm? What was the deal with that? How was it?
Well, they fucked him up backstage.
Did they really? What was the deal with his arm? What like? I saw the way it looked. Was it because some people were saying it was even taken off, put back on, or what? Is that something?
Nah, I think it came out.
It just came out of socket or something.
Yeah, it came out of place. And
okay, yeah, because I saw all kinds of other stuff. But the internet, you know, the internet runs wild.
Yeah. I mean, I had heard that Jamie Foxx was the one backstage that got dude. I don't know if he was the only one that stomped him, but you know, it must have been a few. And then you know, they were making fun of it. Yeah, Chris Rock was there too, and he was like, "Was that Will Smith?"
Damn,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, they're saying that Will Smith is giving people power to jump on stage and attack artists and shit.
That was bad. That was bad too, though. I thought you were talking about the Chris Rock. That Chris Rock.
Well, what'd you think of the Chris Rock though?
Man, I mean, for one, he kept it professional as hell because I don't know how many people would have been able to do that. I mean, to just man, that was again, that's gonna live in history. That's like that ain't never gonna go away.
I don't know.
So, man, I don't know. I just don't know how he. I don't know. I give him props for maintaining that and still continuing the show, but
keeping the professionalism.
Yeah, bro, that was bad, bro. I don't know. That was kind of weak on with. I don't know. That was weak. That. I mean, Will was just in emotions at the time.
Yeah.
So, but it was not a good thing. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It was like, oh, bro, it was like you said, like your moment right there, and that's when the devil came hard on him and won big time. And yeah, bro, that was bad.
A lot of people say that it was manufactured. It wasn't real.
Nah, that was real.
That it was staged.
Nah, that was real. I mean, because it was real. I think it would have been more if it was manufactured. It would have been a lot more to it. That was just as real as could possibly be, and I think everybody freaked out. I don't know. I mean, I guess in the live broadcast, I don't know if they cut or not, or if they just kept it rolling. But I know that from what I've seen, just Chris Rock just continued, and you know, I think it was real. I think it was just like how Kanye coming up and doing his thing on stage with the Taylor Swift thing. Yeah. It was just it was simple. It could have been more if had it been manufactured. So the fact that that's what happened right there, and then I think it was real.
It was real and raw.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. And I always seem to miss all this shit when it happens. I'm usually watching shit like that, and
I don't watch TV no more. So I really don't. Yeah, I don't really keep up with that stuff. We all just social media. Yeah, and then streaming. You know, when I watch TV, it's like the YouTube or any type, mainly YouTube. Yeah, and then I'll catch my news on there because we got podcasts like us. That'll provide that stuff. So we,
give you all the info, all the
whoever we subscribe to will see that new video that comes up when they know how to make the thumbnails, and it's gonna get us to click and boom, and they all that stuff. That's when I find out about a lot of stuff. News, not really, or just on my phone scrolling, and then I'll see it right there. But man. TV wise and hotels, I'd say like that. When I stay at hotels, that's when I get to watch TV because they don't have the streaming stuff sometimes. So last night I was watching some TV last night, late night. But other than that, on the phone right here.
Yeah. So out of nowhere, also that's popping up is all these celebrities getting abused, bro. Like Johnny Depp, him getting his finger cut off and. Supposedly his lady was shitting on his side of the bed or some bullshit like that, bro.
Man, is that some white shit or what was that all about, bro? I don't know.
I don't know.
How did that happen? Okay, when I heard it too, I'm like, for real, is that what they really meant? That shit, like literally just, oh, bro, who does that? Man, I'm gonna tell you like this: them celebrities all have the same type of drama. I think we all have a lot of it. They have it worse because it gets publicized, but a lot of times stuff don't. Like the finger thing, I don't know. Did we even know about the finger thing, or is that something that just came out with the court stuff?
Yeah, it just came out because of the court. I mean, I ain't never heard of that.
They be having some drama, and I don't even know. They weren't even together that long, right? I think they were maybe together or married for 18, 16 months, something like that, to where she wanted all this money. For the amount of time they were, the girl right there is crazy. He got him a crazy one. That's what I think it is. At the end of the day, I think that's just the situation. He walked into a bad relationship, and some of these relationships are hard as hell to get out of.
I guess Latinos ain't the only toxic ones out there, right?
No, this one's right here like on one of the movies, like them Fatal Attraction movies.
Yeah.
Them white girls got that too. They got theirs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's could be something like that, man. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to leave. He was trying to, and they ain't having it or something. I don't know. But that's there. Good luck, man. Hey, Johnny Depp, we're gonna drink one for you too.
Oh yeah,
tonight.
right.
We drinking this Crown Apple tonight too. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my pop exotic, my exotic pop and my pop exotic family. You know what I'm saying? We doing them both right there. So gotta have that on deck also. But today we in D-Town, so we sipping something. You know what I'm saying? And it's Friday.
You know, and the body knows it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, plus it's Cinco de Mayo weekend, so
yeah. I've been trying to get a michelada all since yesterday. I went to a few spots. They didn't have them. They didn't have one at the Slay House. That's the only thing. Of course, we were sipping Don Julio, everything else we could, tequila, all that stuff too. So we were still turning up. But I'm a michelada guy. So Cinco de Mayo, I'm still on the search for a michelada right now. So after this, you have to tell me where to go.
Oh yeah, shit.
I need a michelada. That's all I want. I'm simple. I just need a michelada, a Corona, or a Dos Equis with it, whatever. But I need a michelada, Modelo too, all of them. But yeah, please, please help me, help me. For now, I'm sipping some Crown Apple. That's how we doing it.
Hell yeah, man. So I guess the case is over with Black China and the Kardashians. You know, she ended up she lost the case. You know what I mean? So,
oh, that's cool. I mean, hey,
I didn't think. I hope she didn't think she was gonna win. I mean,
I hope not. I hope not. And I hope they set an example to anybody who tries to do stuff like that, bro. I don't know. I heard a little bit about it, and I was just kind of. I didn't know it was over with. So that's news to me. But
it just almost seemed like her team didn't prepare for it or something, because the Kardashians team, how they hit her.
They're going the Kardashians, bro. Man, yeah. I'm sure they've been lowered up. That's already in the family as it is.
Yeah,
they probably come from that. So. Yeah, no, that wasn't finna happen. She was fighting a solo battle right there. She got jumped. She did like that homie who went and attacked Dave Chappelle.
They came out dismantle this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
I've seen the memes on that though. That is funny. That Dave Chappelle is starting to all come back to me now. Okay, man.
But yeah, man, that is crazy, man. I've already seen it from the very beginning of that trial. I was like, man, why is she going against him?
Right.
And of course they ain't gonna play fair. You know what I mean? They start pulling out shit. I think they even asked her about her taxes and shit. So she had she's under oath, so she had to tell the truth. So now they're gonna be getting her for tax evasion. You know what I mean? So in a way, the whole thing just kind of backfired or went wrong on her, went sideways, and it is what it is, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're going to have to drink again for her now.
Everybody's getting the drink.
Yeah, everybody. We sipping for everybody today. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So we'll go ahead and just jump into the interview, man. And we'll go from there. You know what I mean? We're going to edit some of this stuff out.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So we just go ahead and just jump on into the interview part right now, unless you want to go catch a bathroom break real quick before.
Nah, we're good. We'll go ahead and get into it. Yes, sir.
Okay, hell yeah. Then shit. So yeah, man. Tex. So what's up, man? Let me know, man. From the, let the people know as far as your story, bro, from the beginning. I mean, a lot of people getting to know you. A lot of people already know you, and there's some that don't know you. So, let the viewers know what's up, man.
So, all right. So currently, I own Hustle Town Network, own and produce that, direct, pretty much a whole bunch of different hats we wear around here, like a whole bunch of departments. But the backstory behind all of it is probably the most interesting. Like most of the viewers watching these shows are hip hop fans. I was an artist out there with I was out there for years. I mean, from like 2002, so we're going basically 20 years in the game. Mm-hmm. When I started doing music. I had my label at the time was Straight Outta Texas Records, which is SOT, which is we still see it today in Hustle Town. We started, in H-Town, from the north side, northwest side, pretty much. That's where it all started. Did music from 2002 up until 2015.
Would
Um,
on the Straight Out Texas, was it just you or?
no, it was me and I want to say a few different eras of how many different artists. So it was like a Swish House type of thing where it was a bunch of different artists, usually anywhere from 5 to 10 artists part of the camp at the time. I was always kind of like the leader of the group though, as far as doing all the plays, setting up everything, like all the behind the scenes stuff, show mixes, setting up, getting us bookings, like everything, booking a studio time to the point where, and I've had a bunch of different artists throughout the times. I mean, throughout the whole 2002 to 2015 that have come and gone. By the time 2015, a lot of them were completely new people from when we first started. But at the time, as an artist, I was thinking like a lot of other art, only as an artist, not as what I am on this side. Like I didn't, a lot of artists don't know this side of how the industry kind of works. And one thing that we always try to teach the artists is how the business part works. You know what I mean? Or we try to at least kind of make it easy for them with Hustle Town. But at the time, I didn't know how any of this stuff works, radio, all that. I mean, I was part of the Out the Trunk era. You know what I mean? A lot of us out the trunk that, stayed. Like, I don't think I ever made it on the digital, basically. 2015-ish, that's where we just stopped. And then, so the digital game's something different. But the Out the Trunk era of thinking, it was just, I was on that thing, record songs, burn CDs, go to the shows.
Yeah.
It was just a rotation thing. We did that for a long time. Never really got out that rotation. It just kind of stayed back and forth, the same thing. So 2015... finally got out of doing music, and that was an interesting thing. Basically, it was to make a long story short, it was a toxic girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Artists always have a couple of these stories.
Oh yeah.
A toxic girlfriend who basically grabbed my shit and broke my hard drive with all my music and everything, all those years of music. You know what I mean? Everything, even my son being born, younger photos, just everything you could possibly think of Lil Tex, because that was what my name at the time. All that basically just got destroyed. So anything that was left was just whatever was uploaded on YouTube, maybe some stuff in some emails that I could probably still pull. But for the most part, and I was one of those artists that hoarded a lot of my music. So I had probably albums for days, but I never put nothing out because I was so when you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would just hoard stuff for different projects. Well, I want this for that. So I had like, half projects and incomplete stuff just everywhere. Album covers,
Just
everything you
a
could think of. I did our own graphics. I shot all my own music videos for the team. Like I said, when I did all the lead of the team, being the leader, we did all that and we did everything in house. So there was just a lot of stuff that basically all went away, gone. It turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me, though. That to me, that's still the best thing that ever happened to me. Was that, like, if there's ever a movie that's gonna be in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was the game changer right there. But yeah, so I didn't do music after that no more. And as soon as I stopped, pretty much everybody that was associated with me completely stopped also, because the engine was dead basically. So then I started doing some films and still kind of dabbling into other stuff. That's when I finally say, all right, I'm done with music. Let's do something else. Because when you're an artist, you're stuck on, this is going to work for me. Trust me, it's going to happen. It may take 15 years, whatever. It's going to eventually happen. And you just kind of stay in that mode. So once I was broke out of that mode, we, I drove 18-wheelers, and then I always had a job doing this. That's the one thing that, also would feel like that's the down, the thing that holds you back. Every artist feels like, I could do so much more if I didn't have to have this job all in my way. You know what I mean? But
it keeps funding the dream.
It does. But it also feels like, that's what's, a lot of times you'll feel like, God, because you want to do stuff, you're missing out on shows, or, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. That's the one thing with the artist stuff. Like, if you're really dedicated, you're going to sacrifice all kinds of stuff. You may not look like the best employee at work type of deal because you're just focused on this and not,
It's crazy that you say that, because I just... So I was downtown yesterday, and, it was a crazy vibe. The cathedral bells started going off, and then I happened to look up to this building. So the building was a mural. It was like a garage. And on the garage, on the painting, it said that an artist has to sacrifice himself to his art, just like a bee sacrifice, his life for the sting. that he gives.
Facts. You know, and that's a good way to explain when people ask me, how come I don't do music no more? Or, man, you ever going to drop something else? I explain it like this, exactly like that. I once basically my career was gone anyways, I had to make the choice of sacrificing Lil Tex so that I can go ahead and just focus on opening these doors. Because one thing about a lot of platforms, you know, a lot of us start these platforms, but we also were artists at one time. That's kind of how I've seen that happen with a lot of other platforms, podcasts. That's usually how it happens. You'll kind of eventually go into something else.
Kind of reinvent
and then that's
yourself.
What really almost blows up to where it's like, damn, I did all this other time, but I do this, and now this is working for me more than that was.
Yeah.
That I noticed when you focus 100% on that and not to where you're trying to make yourself a thing of the thing, like I don't know if you did music before. Did you ever do music at all?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did.
You could have easily just made yourself on the intro and hey, it's about da-da-da, but you went and put flip. You know what's going to be more marketable than to just make me, right?
Yeah,
so I just said, no, more music at all. Like, you ain't even going to see my music videos on my platform. Like, and I wasn't even going to be a host on there. I wasn't supposed to be on front of the camera at all either.
Yeah.
I wanted to just be behind the scenes and have other rappers and people that have a name to be the host and turn them into hosts and let them be the new big Tigger of the city. And I just be in the background. But then I did that, you know, in the beginning stages of Hustle Town, we got other hosts and I would have rappers and I realized, well, I can't do that either. These rappers can't be a host really because they want to play my music video, play me. I would see it all the time. Like, fuck, I need somebody who's not a rapper that was just focused on being a host and opening doors with me. You got to stop rapping if you want to fuck with me when it comes to Hustle Town. You can. I don't hire no rappers. And no, I'll take it back. I have a couple people, but I you know, as far as who I know can help out, and they're not gonna. Hey, can you plug me in? All the time. Like, I don't do all that. We don't. That's the rule. Number one rule in Hustle Town. You can't be a rapper, or you got to know that I'm focused on the rappers and being like we're a business for them, or we're focusing. You know, we're not. I'm not finna put you in and cut in line like that. That's what it is. Like cutting. It's like working at Foot Locker, so you can get a hookup on shoes.
Yeah, first come,
like,
first
you're not
serve.
finna. I see that coming all the time, and I've seen it happen multiple times. Every year I get one or two people that try to do that shit and try to, you know, and I start seeing that the play is really because you're just trying to, you know, do some self gain towards what you got instead of really focusing on what's working. This when we focus that way, we've been taking off. That's what all this other rapping shit for years. We did all that. None of it really just took off until I said, fuck it. I sacrificed myself for the art. And then everything, God just opened up all the doors, bro, and it took off. I mean, 97 out of the box. Also, like, saw what we were doing and believed in what we were doing. You know, we got a lot of attention from a lot of people over there as well, too, to where now I was able to bring that talent to the station and help the station. You know what I mean? But I was able to test it out on my own first and get my name and like, shit. You know what I'm saying? It really worked out, bro. So, yeah, good that you said that about the art thing. Sacrifice yourself for the art, because that's the key right there when people ask, well, you know, I would say that right there. Well, what are you doing? Are you still trying to be a rapper? Okay, that's why. Facts.
Yeah. I mean, you got to reinvent yourself, you know what I mean? If something don't work, you know, got to switch it up. Let's try this avenue, see what happens. You know, kind of the same way that I stumbled upon this whole deal, the same way, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, the door opened up, but I was like, fuck it. Just walk through to see what happens.
Right.
You know?
And you also focus on you got to keep an eye on what you know is going to work for you. Like, you know, again, back to the flip intro.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that, bro. That's putting into building that brand strong. And, you know, and Flip's got a hell of a name, you know, in the city. I mean, he was one of my favorite rappers growing up. He was like my favorite rapper when he was before the Game Over and all that. Like, I can do that Flip, bro. Like, I was a big Flip fan. So to even be able to work with Flip on numerous occasions now.
Yeah.
And now it's almost like it's nothing. Like, it's like seeing Garza, like, what's up, my G? What's up, baby?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy because with Flip, when I was in the music in 99, you know, 2000 era, we actually toured with Flip when he came out with his Lucky Charm album with This Is the Way We Ball. You know, we actually did a little mini Texas tour. You know, we did our thing, whatever. So, yeah, man. I was like, man, I gotta put Flip on this.
Yeah, it's legend, bro. You know? Flip is, you know, we have a whole new era of artists out there. So some of these artists didn't get to experience the I Can Do That flip, or they were probably just being born when a lot of these records were out there, so they didn't feel the same that what we got to
a lot of people
experience.
I guess they started knowing them from like a pimp.
Yeah, or some just kind of know the name because depending on the age group, I guess, depending on the age and who you ask. But yeah, you had diehard fans that remember the old mixtapes he was putting out, and I mean, I used to listen to all those my B-Day mixtapes, and he would have them, and we would. I grew up in the Napster era too, so I was big on. That's how I learned a lot about a lot of people. That's how I learned about who DJ Screw was on Napster and all that stuff too. That's when I learned the difference between DJ Screw and Switch House. I knew that what screwed music was the slowed music, but I was that plug at school where if you wanted to put a list together, I'll burn them for you. I was that guy.
Yeah.
And so I remember I downloaded the Swisher House want to be a baller mix, and they wanted the Screw one. I didn't know that at the time. So yeah, it was Slim Thug freestyling on there too and all that. So I gave it the next day, like, hey man, that's the Swisher House one, man. He want the Screw. I didn't know nothing, but I learned about it through Napster.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that was the plug on that one. But yeah, Flip, my number one downloaded artist on Napster back in the day. But yeah, man, I fuck with Flip.
Yeah, man. So where they go from there?
But from the
music,
man, to be honest, shit. After the music, well, after we were done with the music in 2015, so how did we get the opportunity for Hustle Town? So let's see. Well, I started messing with films like 2016.
Yeah.
So I was already driving like 18-wheelers at the time. Like I said, I always had a job throughout the whole music. But at that time, I was driving 18-wheelers, and I was listening to the radio a lot because that's all we had in 18-wheelers. So I was listening to that all the time. So I was getting good with listening to the radio, and I was kind of getting into it. And then I was also messing with films. I did some film stuff. I did a film series called Trap Plane. Shout out to Juan C. Vasquez. He's the director and producer of that. He kind of opened the doors for me in the filming game. He's out in Houston, but I did a couple of different films with him, and I started, doing some. That was my next step. Was like, all right, well, let me start getting into films and acting, casting, like every aspect of it. Like that Trap Plane, I did the intro. I rapped on the intro of it, so that was my last rap, basically, like literally my last rap, and it was just for doing an intro for that series. And then I was in there a few, a small character. I don't think I had a few lines basically, and shooting people, so that was cool.
Yeah.
And then so I did a couple of different film series, and at the same time too, was just working. But yeah, I always listened to the radio, and man, I ended up getting into. I ended up really getting good at the radio to where I was always winning these prizes all the time. I was like, because that's all I was doing was waiting in line in trucks, all bored and shit. So I was calling, winning all the time. And it got to where I ended up meeting with Jessica Jeans. And we had got together also because we knew each other on social media and stuff too. So she was a jock on the air at the time. She was on Boom 92. That was a station we had out there for a while. And so we ended up getting together. And she pretty much got me onto the next level, basically. That like she grew me into like from just being an artist into kind of like, hey, you're good at you're just good content creator. Like you really got, and there was a lot of other stuff that I would do. I mean, I can make a whole bunch of stuff. I made the Dope House stage, like that Dope House house at the Dope House Records. I built that. You know what I mean? Like film sets. I do a whole bunch of different other things aside from this, but she would just see the creativity side of me. So we decided to put together a platform that can be showcased on the 97.9 The Box. Really it's supposed to be something on the website, just like a small little 5-minute little series weekly talking about underground artists, basically. And it was going to be like a Latino segment, right?
Yeah.
So we started with that. Originally it was going to be called Streets on Beats. It was going to be kind of like, like a hip hop show, just kind of like this little weekly little update type of show. And we didn't do that because it sounded like another station we have out there. I know y'all have 97.9 The Beat out here.
Yeah.
We got 97.9 The Box out there. but there's also competition, you know, as well out there too. So we just, you know, well, let's not use the beat. Let's use thought of something else, and we wanted it to still be related to like SPM, like the, you know, that whole, that's the demographic we were kind of reaching to. So like I said, it was gonna be streets on beats. But what else can we think of that hustle that SPM kind of started, you know, and Hustle Town, you know, and then with Hustle Town Network just kind of left it real big to where it could be a lot of different things. You know what I mean? It's not really just Streets on Beats just being a hip hop type of sound. Like Streets on Beats just sounds like you're literally specifically talking about a hip hop thing. But Hustle Town Network just sounded so much bigger, you know. And then Hustle Town, of course, that was one of his biggest albums, SPM. And to me, it was the best way to pay homage as far as for the city, because it was a local thing at the time. Really wasn't even Texas wide. It was just going to be a Houston thing.
Yeah.
And it was going to showcase the stuff that you don't really hear on the radio no more, because back in the day when SPM was out, you were still hearing a lot more of the Latinos on the radio. Even Gemini was getting played out there. Like, it was a lot of more Latino presence. You know, shout out to homie Marco, you know, because we had Party 1049 back there in the days, and we had the Chopaholics, we had, you know, Lil Bing. There was a lot of people getting played on the radio stations at the time back then. So we wanted to bring that same feel back, you know. So Hustle Town Network was perfect. Again, the name Hustle Town, you really can't copyright it either, because I looked into it at first. I'm like, well, are we stepping on some toes? Because we did get the code sign from SPM at first. Like, before we just decided to roll with it, we did get a call from him. You know, Carolyn, everybody linked us up so we can let him know what we're doing. He was with it. He was supported, like, hell yeah, you know. And then it was something tied in with 97 on the box also. So it's like, yeah, y'all do it. Y'all go for it. And so we did. So that launched us into this new, now, what are we gonna do with this platform? We got the name of it. That's no following, zero everything, starting new Instagram, new everything, bro. We did that. And so that was in 2017, like beginning of 2017. So that 2015 stopped rapping, little transition to 2017 was just doing a little filming, developing relations with the, you know, with radio, understanding how that goes. And all right, well, let me see if we do this. So 2017, we started our first interview with GT Garza, and it was on April 24/20 in 2017, with our very first interview that we shot there at the radio station too. So of course, being shot at the radio station automatically gives us a little bit more of a, we're heads are gonna be turned, like, okay, what is this? Like, we got GT Garza, you know, and so yeah, and from there we started, you know, our first couple of interviews, GT Garza, and then we did Low G, Carolyn, and Carly, got Dope House for sure covered, you know, paying homage. I mean, the name's Hustle Town Network. So we got to start with Dope House also. Make sure we cover all them guys, because the you know, the comments will start coming for us real quick. So we did, and you know, that was Carly Coy's first interview at the radio station. We got to do a lot of stuff with SPM's kids too. I've worked a lot closely with them also throughout the years. But yeah, so we started basically right then and there, and we took off also 2017. Where what really kicked us off was the Hurricane Harvey. During Hurricane Harvey, I started creating, because everybody was at home, you know, there was the power's out, all this stuff. Some people had their phones or whatever, Facebook, trying to tune in. So I created a bunch of video mixes with all, like, the, you know, Big Hawk and Fat Pat, you know, a whole bunch of Houston stuff, Paul Wall, Texas stuff too, really. We were bringing everybody in there and creating these mixes, video mixes, and then we'd play them on there, like, you know, and we'd run them on live stream, so people are commenting, watching the show. We were just kind of providing entertainment in a way.
Yeah, just kind of like videos back to back.
Oh, yeah, just videos. There really wasn't no interviews yet. There was no talking. You would just hear that and then the radio sounders and the logo. So they're just seeing this Hustle Town, you know, and that's what really took us off, because we got our first, like, 8,000 followers right there on Facebook within, like, 24 hours. So we were barely at less than 1,000, got up real quick just from that. And then started kind of taking off from there. It was a Facebook thing mainly. YouTube, I mean, Instagram really wasn't jumping just yet. Our YouTube really wasn't jumping just yet. So a lot of it was on Facebook. But that's what really kind of kicked us off, was Harvey. And then I kept those same shows going, but the thing is, Facebook, you know, that's when I started learning about them getting flagged, and they take you down all of a sudden, and they're catching you live stream from different servers. All that started hitting me left and right. I'm like, fuck. Because, you know, during that time, people were doing, even DJs were starting to go live, and they were getting taken off and wondering how they get them banned and blocked for 30 days. Like, I was like, okay, that can't work. We got to figure out what's the next thing. So then So then we started creating different shows. We started with the first one we did was a collaboration I did with Candyman, which was a rapper out there from the north side of Houston, which we did straight from the city, which that one was going to be just a local. That one was going to be basically Houston as well, but it was going to be like Rap City, the Basement, you know. So we had our other affiliates that I worked with, which was the 80s Babies. It was a studio that we had downtown. We basically all came together and said, okay, y'all got the studio. We'll put, you know, walls and panels, and let's go ahead and decorate this and make it into a show so that can be like our Rap City, the Basement for Houston.
Yeah.
So we did that. We did 5 episodes, and that's when I realized, okay, I can't really have a rapper as the host because it just starts, it just was not going to work that way. So, and I started learning the business side of shit too. I'm like, okay, if I'm creating this stuff, who's belongs to what, and who's like, it just got messy real quick. So I had to repackage the show, and I decided, okay, well, this next show, let's do it bigger, better. And it was straight from the city originally. So I've always had SOT Records, straight out of Texas Records. So I decided, why not just take my old label, my old name that I've already had for the past 15 years and call it Straight Out of Texas. And now we're doing all of Texas. Season 2 is not just going to be Houston. It's going to be, you know, Dallas, Fort Worth, you know, San Antonio, everybody now we can include. And it just makes perfect sense. So, you know, and so we'll have it hosted. And I still put another rapper to host it. So, but this another artist, this guy was not a rapper when we first got with Hustle Town. He just kind of, he was like a camera guy, and he kind of developed, and we put him on stage. And then after that, he got a hook of that dope that when you get on stage and before you know it, now you're going to blow up in the next 2 weeks, and you just feel like you're going to be the next big thing. So that didn't work out either again too. So I, you know, shot the first 5 or 6 episodes with one host, and before you know it, the rest of the season, I just said, fuck it, I put myself in front of the camera. And I wasn't the best host at first, but I started developing, and before you know it, it became natural. And now I'm a host on the show. And yeah, it was a music video countdown show. We did that from 2018 was straight from the city. 2019 was straight out of Texas up until like 2020. Then I started, again, we're still building the following. So I was looking at, okay, my time going into producing these versus how many views they're still getting, stuff like that. All right, what else are we gonna do next? Like, let's take it to the next level. Well, around that time is when the pandemic started happening. So, you know, the bars, shows, all that was kind of closing up, these clubs and stuff. You couldn't really do shit, but we did have a studio. So we started doing the virtual concerts there, you know, and then everybody started kind of doing virtual concerts, but we like really set it off for Houston. Because our first virtual concert we did was the Latin Mic Pass 2020, because we all remember the famous Latin Mic Pass music video, you know, that Lucky and Chingo Bling and Dat Boy T, everybody all orchestrated that all together, really. It had all the, you know, Houston, it had people from really all over, I think. I think that was a Texas-wide one, the Latin Mic Pass. So that came out like in 2009. So we basically paid homage to the Latin Mic Pass, and we created a virtual, you know, Latin Mic Pass 2020. And it was our same studio we used for our music video countdown show, but we just redecorated it. You know, we've always had a stage. We used the stage as a performance stage, put some fog machines and shit, and just switched it up and said, all right, let's do that. And that was dope. We had a lot of artists from all over, mainly Houston. But I know we had Doe Man, we had Castro Escobar. You know, we had a few good names at the time, the heavyweight music guys. 25 artists back to back, you know, on one stage. And a lot of people made their debut performing on there. This is where it really started kicking off Hustle Town even more, because these artists are now getting a name, and they're all getting, you know, live streamed. People are seeing these artists for the first time, don't know who, you know, comments there, and they're asking, who's that, you know? So I'm seeing it's working even more, you know, and the following's getting up. At this time, we're maybe at like 50K following already on Facebook and Instagram. Everything's starting to kind of grow. And so we did that Latin Mic Pass. And then after that, I said, okay, let's make a series. Let's go ahead and repackage Straight Out of Texas into a virtual series now, instead of it being music videos. Because the music videos, we were still getting shit when it comes to getting flagged. Like YouTube, you know how it is with these songs. You may not be able to monetize, but they'll let you still put it on there. But sometimes we would just get completely flagged off of the visual side too of a music video. I don't know. Just once you get to a certain reach of an artist, some of these artists, they'll start getting flagged. So anyways, I said, well, look, let's do it now with the music. I mean, with virtual performances, because we're not playing their music videos. It's our footage, at least 100%, and they're performing their songs. And as long as it's not a really, really big artist, we don't got to worry about too many different copyright stuff. For the most part, we still will monetize, but at least the artists now can monetize off their songs because they're all registered, and they'll come on the show and, you know, it's like, hey, we're going to promote you. We won't charge you to film you, and you're going to make bread off the streams. So come on, you know. So, yeah, virtual concerts. We started the Straight Outta Texas one, the first ones. We just did the 9th one now. We're going to be doing the 10th one, which we'll talk about there in a little bit. Okay. But the very first one, it became a series. And after the first one, bro, I realized I got to get my own studio now. Because remember I said we were collaborating in another studio. But again, now we got other issues now with the studio guy, you know, trying to bootleg the show and create his own thing. Because now money's involved because artists submit, you know, this is the package that they get to get on these showcases.
Yeah.
You know, they get a promotion, you know, they get their flyer, they get a music video post, and then we film and upload. You know, now you're on Hustle Town Network, because people are always asking how do you get on. Well, we'll put you a package together. So once money was actually being made, I'm like, oh God. So now we're having issues with someone basically bootlegging our shit, you know, and I get to the studio, my flyers off, you know, my banners and everything just twisted. And it's a bunch of shit. I'm just like, bro, no, I did not put all this in here. You know, we got to work this all out. How we're going to do this. So I realized, okay, look, let me just get my own studio. Within like 24 hours, we had my own studio directly across the hallway in the same building, good to go. All right, because like it's a lot of backstory. I'm not even getting messy with it, but we're getting fucked. Yeah, the dude tried to really come over on me like, nah, dog, you ain't finna do that. So we just got our own studio, and I redecorated, rebought the panel, everything all over again because a lot of stuff stayed over there. I said, fuck it. So within about a month, we were already shooting our series back again, good to go. And so now, we continued episode 2, 3, 4, you know, from there on. And it was picking up, man. We're making a lot of names for a lot of these artists that were all coming out. I mean, we're getting everybody from all over Texas now coming out to perform, and with no crowd, just to film in front of cameras, just like right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And to be produced, put together, and then streamed, and be able to say, hey, I'm on Hustle Town Network. I'm on this episode or whatever. And again, started taking us to the next level. And until the pandemic, until the things started opening back up, which was last year, 2021, you know, a lot more places started opening back up again. Then we took it to actual venues and put it with a live studio audience, basically. Like whatever venue we were at, we turned that stage into a production stage and looking like Wild 'N Out, looking all, you know, legit with the live audience. And so that's the new thing we're currently doing right now, is the same showcase, but with a live audience. And, you know, and now we're also working out some stuff right now. Shout out to Wino, the Texas legend right there, Mr. Pop My Trunk, all them songs. He's currently working with us right now and getting us on streaming platforms, you know, like Netflix, Hulu, all those other ones. Right now we're working with Tubi. So the next play is basically getting those, what we've already recorded and produced, onto those streaming platforms now, to where people can watch these same Hustletown artists and these Hustletown shows on Tubi. You know, they can stream all over, because now it's going to take us to the next level. Right now, we're just still YouTube, you know, if you know type of thing. But now, all over the world, really, they'll be able to stream us, and we'll come up on categories like with the rest of the concert.
Taking Hustletown to international.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So that's the next play. So the next Straight Outta Texas we shoot, which will be Straight Outta Texas 10, will be filmed, fully produced. It's basically going to be like a series that'll be on Tubi. And that one's going to be a 10-city tour also, because it's, you know, SOT 10, Straight Outta Texas 10. Anytime I get to a 5, 10, 15, I like to always do something big with those, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this one we're doing 10-city tour, 10 city being Houston. So it's going to be all over, of course, Dallas. So we'll have a Straight Outta Texas here in Dallas. Okay. Austin, everywhere, West Texas, El Paso, Corpus, you name it. Basically, we're going to cover every city in Texas and have a contest in every city. And the 10th one will be in Houston, where they're all going to come and be on the main finale. You know what I mean? So it's going to be all filmed and produced. It's going to be nice. So this next Straight Outta Texas 10 is going to be really big. So I've been pushing that one back. Usually we do them every 2-3 months. This one we're not going to do till August, September, because we just had the last one maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. Okay. So People have been asking, but that's the exclusive right there, man. That's how
Hell
we're gonna do it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's dope, bro. I appreciate you, coming out here, man. That movement you got going, like I said, I've been following you for a minute now and I've been seeing your movement, bro. And, you know, I keep my ears to the streets, see what's happening. And, I salute everybody that's doing their thing.
Yes, sir.
Just like you said, I'm not gonna be the one to be, hey, it's me, it's about me. Fuck that. You know what I mean? It's about y'all, the artists, the producers, the behind the scene people, you know what I mean? That's why I like to put on, people like yourself. You know what I mean? You're doing out here major things, especially for us Latinos. That's big.
Right.
But like you told me earlier, you work with everybody.
Yeah, that's been a real misconception with Hustle Town. A lot of people, they feel like, okay, well, it's just a Hispanic or a Latin or Mexican, whatever you want to call it. Like it's just that it's a platform only for that race, and it's not. It started by Mexicans. We started the platform as far as created it, and originally, I guess at a time it kind of was when I said when we're starting this, it was just going to be just a small little thing on the radio station website, covering the Latin artists, because technically that. But after the first week, once it started blowing up, it instantly became a everybody thing, especially because we play a lot of Flip. When we started doing the Hurricane Harvey stuff, we're playing all the Houston classics, and we're playing everybody. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough Mexican music videos, I think, out there to keep everybody. Like, we didn't have that many. We had a couple of SPM mainly, and that's it. Like, you'll hear, it'd be too much. It wouldn't be done right. I mean, you have to include everybody in there. And it's Hustle Town. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that goes behind that name. So, it's always been it's black and brown. It's everybody. I mean, we got Asian or anybody who fucks with us. You know what I mean? It's more of a sound. It's like a Texas sound. Like, we do have that when it comes to our demographic. We've tapped in with different coasts, like the West Coast and everything, and tried them out. They just don't, like, it's the sound that really makes Hustle Town that certain niche that we are. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully we can get out of Texas and do more bigger stuff, which is what we're trying to do with the Tubi stuff, trying to introduce other people to our stuff. But if we can eventually do a contest out in Michigan or something, that'd still be dope too. But I mean, we may have a long way for now, but it's still Hustle Town right now. It's like, if you're a fan of this, which we have fans in Michigan, we got fans just like have SPM fans all over. Like, really, they're everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's just, right now it's just still very Texas regional thing at the moment, which is fine. I mean, we may be touring Texas for the next 20-some years. I may be back and forth in Dallas, and and not in New York and all these other places. But hey, I'm still very Texas, bro. That's like my platform. That's what we do. We're
Texas giving you that bag, grab it. Right?
I'm pulling up with a double cup, and I'm pulling up in some Hustle Town shirts, some basketball shorts, and banging some screw. Like, I mean, that's only maybe I'll wear a suit and tie eventually, and you'll see me over there with Jigga and all them out there in New York and all that too. But for now, I'm Houston as fuck. I'm Texas as fuck. Straight out of Texas with it.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Hell yeah, man. So, so other than that, do you got any other big plans for the future?
Yeah, so Hustle Town Network, since it's basically like an umbrella company, we have a couple different departments and different stuff that we do. One of the newest things currently basically is our Hustle Town Digital, which is our digital distribution that we started. We partnered up with GT Digital out in Houston. They're mainly out in the Bay. Gold Toes, that's Bay Area and Texas right there together. Shout out to Gold Toes. Shout out to all the GT Digital staff. We partnered with them in Houston. We got an office with them out there in Southwest Houston. And yeah, we're distributing artists. A lot of artists come through us as far as promotion as it is. So I'm just like, if we can find a way to where we can get these artists on distribution, they can still have that Hustle Town stamp on their music. Like, it's saying, Hustle Town Digital and stuff, and they're affiliated with us on the distribution side. Because any artist can go through CD Baby, TuneCore, all these other platforms. You can do it on your own. But, they want that Hustle Town promotion behind it. And we include that now because artists will ask, well, how can I get on there? Well, you can, and it's usually a fee. But if you're distributing through us, we waive that fee. You know what I mean? If you got a new music video or you got a project that just dropped under our distribution, which will probably take a while for us to ever just recoup anything that would have just been simple enough for you to just pay us. and we're still gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and we'll throw it on there and we'll take care of it. And again, we want to help promote that artist. Like, you know, you won't get that same love at a lot of distribution stuff on their social media. They're not going to promote and be like, hey, this guy just dropped with us today. Go look at it on iTunes, go stream it. Here you will, you know what I mean? And plus, you want to blow up in the city or in Texas, in this area, Hustletown's a good platform for you to start at. A lot of artists have done that. That Mexican OT is probably one of the biggest ones who's blown up. And not just because he's really just from with Hustletown. I mean, he's got a hell of a grind, hell of a staff pushing him. But he made his debut literally on Cinco de Mayo of 2021. First time being seen in the scene, that Mexican OT. He was doing music before that, but he was nowhere on the radar at all. And when we put him on that Pop Exotico Cinco de Mayo virtual concert, he stole the show.
I seen it.
You know, everybody was asking, who's that guy? That guy right there, you know. Then we put him on Straight Outta Texas. He stole the show on there. He won. I mean, it was by like a landslide too. There's some really good artists on there, but I want to say if everybody, the ones were in the hot 5 were like an 8, he was that, there was like no 9. He really, really did it, his thing. Like, you know what I mean? He really stole the show on there too. And it's just been growing from there. And, you know, and then I introduced him to Carlos. I had SPM call him and, you know, and SPM put him on Day of Unity Fest, like all this in the same year. Once he got tapped in with the Dope House fan, important note to all artists out there, especially if you are a Latino artist, Mexican artist, you have to infiltrate that SPM Dope House market first. And I promise that'll make everything so much easier. You gotta get the Dope House fans on your music and get them, you know, to where they're fucking with your music. Once they got on that Mexican OT, it really, really started blowing. Same thing with like the Bo Bundy fans and stuff like that. You gotta get tapped in with that market really good. Don't try to go around it. Like, you gotta get in there, and that'll really help market you. But that's what happened. You know, it just took up. It was all these steps, that the plays that he was put in, that he, you know, and it took off. Now he's just he got some really important stuff that I don't know if I'm even allowed to announce. I'm gonna let them announce some of the stuff, but he's got some, he's in a really big, he's gonna be hitting that radio. He's already getting radio interviews. I mean, he's already on tour right now. I forget the guy he's on tour right now, my mind's blank, but he's doing some big things. But that right there is my big testimony as far as Hustletown Network. That's what I want to see, is more of that Mexican OTs.
So let's say that there's that young starving artist looking at you right now, listening to you. What do they need to do to get on your platform?
I would say the first thing, for one, let me see, what's the first thing? Because I got a whole bunch of different ways they come at me. Let me see. I would say, man, one thing that artists all need to do in general, if they're not going to come to me or not, just, man, for one, learn the business part of it first, because so many people go into the game blind on how this really works, or they think that it's just as simple as giving your CD to a DJ or trying to bug these guys to get you. Like, it's not that at all. And so I think that's just learning how it works in general, so you know if you're even able to get on the radio, or if you're able, because that's one of my main common things is, hey, how can I get an interview? I'm like, with me? No, on the radio. And I'll look and they have no following. Like, this, you just kind of got to learn what's the most important stuff. I think learning, you know, obviously getting the following, music-wise, having a good catalog, having a good amount of songs already stocked up. I mean, and some people have a hit on them and they'll just keep stacking up songs. Like, you don't even need to record no more. You got this one hit. So I think it's just learning the business part, getting good advice. I mean, getting good criticism from anybody, just not your friends.
Yeah.
Because people, man, there's some people that are really good. They just don't stand out to where it's like, oh man, let me stop what I'm doing. Go fuck. We got to go show this to somebody. Like, it's just a song. It's just, you know, some people don't understand that part. And to be honest, bro, they can hit me up at any level. I think some people they can have their very first song and we can still do something for them. So as far as hitting me up, really, you can have any level and we'll still help you out promotion wise. I mean, that's when you can just have a song, promote that and see how it goes. And you may not like this. You may not like doing music no more, maybe. Some people, I mean, hey, the comments are rootless on the Hustletown channel for some reason. You know,
some people come to Hustletown. Meant for it, some people ain't.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I said, some people will get opinions and stuff from their friends, so they may not get it from other strangers and stuff. Bring it to Hustletown, and that'll tell you right there if you got something, because they'll let you know. I mean, And trust me, good or bad, and you just gotta have tough skin. That's another thing I would say. Have some tough skin. Be ready for criticism, bro, because there's 95% of what I hear is still not ready for like what like radio, for what people are assuming. Because, you know, everybody, when it's their music, they think very highly of it more than the average person. It's like you're in La La Land. It's like you're in love with a new girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
You know, someone said this in radio one time, and it was R.I.P. Rob Baseman out in Houston. He's been a legend in the game out there, 97.9 and Magic 102. One thing he told Jessica Jeans, and she told me, but I was like, wow, he said that? Is that like music is, for an artist who creates their music, that's like their baby, right? You know, because that's your baby, right? You created that's your everything.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear they have an ugly baby, right? And that's one thing I'm like, oh shit, that's true. And I see that because I can give some criticism or tell somebody some shit, and they're like, well, nah, it's Jack. Nah, the whole hood's fucking with it. What do you mean? Yeah. It's like, yeah, play it. What the fuck? Like, and they don't understand. Like, I can't play this. Yeah. It's not even fully mixed. It's so much stuff that just goes behind with these records. It's not as like people, these people that are getting played on the radio. There's just so many different stuff they got to go through. You know, it was not just the overnight thing or just like the DJ's got record spins in his back pocket for you. Like, we don't. So I think you just got to really learn the business side, learn that it's not as easy as you think, as just asking something like, hey, can I just go on? You know, there's a lot that comes to it. Even following, like off top, if you're going to ask for a radio interview, be sure that you at least have at least like 50K followers and up. That could probably still get you like he needs more followers. But off top, just know you're going to need that. Some people say that, well, so-and-so, he bought his, I mean, people do. I wouldn't suggest that either, though, because they'll know if you know, they know where to look if you're really popping. There's people that are, you know, that look like they're popping and they're not. You got
genuine followers.
You could tell, you know, when they got all the views, but the comments are very, you know, they know how to already tell past that. So you just really got to work and get your name out. Maybe invest in getting a good feature on whoever's popping. You know, sometimes that feature is not going to help you promote it. Just know that already. Just know it's still going to be you. Don't think that, well, I paid this, it's not still. I mean, it's a business. People spend a lot of money on these records that are getting played on the radio. It's not just you know, it's not as easy as just uploading the song on SoundCloud and like, you know, but then again, some people are. I say that because it's just one of them things that, bro, if you got a hit record, sometimes it could take off, and the most different ways. But if you want to go the traditional route, have a following, have everything, have your views, make sure you're jumping. If you want those, then get a good feature and have money for it. Maybe get an investor to help out with you. Cross promote with brands. I think that's an important thing that artists should know too. Maybe get, you know, if you got a homie, if you rap and you got a homie who owns a barbershop, you know, maybe rap and promote the barbershop. Or the way you got Flip on your intro, maybe do a commercial rapping for, you know, just kind of, and maybe they'll invest into you or something, man. But it takes a lot of money. And the more days go by, day by day, more rappers are being born. It's just going to get harder and harder and harder. So we need more people like you. We need more people like my homie right here on you know, running the board and all that stuff, you know, and they got, you know, and we just need that. And again, we need less rappers. So we don't need more rappers off top. We need more people like us, you know, who are focused on being that and not low key still trying to rap either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Homie could be right here being like, when y'all gonna put me on the show as a co-host and try to make it about, but he's right here doing what he's supposed to be doing. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what keeps it going. And yeah, man, I don't know if I'm getting off topic, but man, I can go on.
You good, bro. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Exotic Pop and shout out Crown Royal. We need to collab on that one.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. But hell yeah, man. Shit, like I said, man, salute to you, man. I love your movement, man. Everything you're doing with Hustle Town Network, man. Hell yeah, man. Shit, wish you the best, bro, in every business venture you do, man. Sure. You got any shout outs you want to give out there?
Yeah, shout out to, of course, everybody who's put a hand in the Hustle Town Network, because it's been a lot of people that have worked with us from day one till now. I mean, we've had people that have came and gone. We've had people, a lot of people want to help us out and ask to help us out. So, yeah, big shout out to all them. Shout out to all the people subscribed, been following us since day one. People like you who've been watching and seeing what we're doing. And, man, the family, Pop Exotico, Exotic Pop.
Exotic Pop.
We out, man. Straight out of Texas. It's going down.
Man. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love, man. Most definitely. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to come by and do the Welcome to Elm Street Hustle Town takeover, man.
That's right, man.
That's what's up, man. History in the making, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love, man. And just say it's gonna be the first time that we're gonna have you back. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna keep my eye, see what you're doing and everything. And most definitely, we're gonna have to do a part 2.
Hell yeah, that's right, man. I'm in D-Town at least like twice a month, so it's got to be an open door policy over here when I pull up, man.
Yeah, it's a Dallas H-Town connection, man.
That's right.
Hell yeah, man. There you have it, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in, all the subscribers. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, man. And thanks for watching Welcome to Elm Street. Keep your ears to the street. I'll catch you on the block. That's your boy, Money Elms, man. Peace.